Hi everybody, I'm having a little bit of issues here. I can't get my camera to sit straight, or my phone. Hi, Audra here, you're also known as Twisted Chalker, and I'm your independent creator with Magnolia Design Company. So sorry about the wiggling, I'm going to stop. So tonight I thought I'd jump on really quick. I have a small project to do, and it consists of inking on fabric. So I thought it'd be fun to do just a little quick tutorial on how to ink on fabric. And I'm going to be using several colors, and I'm going to need to mix a couple colors to get something that I wanted. So what I'm going to do at this point is point the arrow down at the table, the camera down at the table, so you can see what I'm doing down here. Okay, here we go. All right. I'm prepared tonight. I remembered my power press pad. This needs to be used underneath my heat press when I'm setting it for a permanent fix. So the first thing I want to do though is get this wrinkle out of here. It was folded when it was sent to my parents, and what's happening is somebody is making a quilt, and they've asked members of the family to contribute to the quilt. And so my mom asked me to help her put a design on here. And so tonight we're going to put Love Never Fails, 1 Corinthians 13. So, but the colors we chose were pastel colors, and we want 4 colors. We want yellow, pink, blue, and green. But I don't have a pastel green, so I'm going to take some hunter green and some white, mix them together, and see if I can get something a little closer to this kind of color rather than that. So what I'm going to do is just take, oops, goodness, you know, I really don't like these things. They stick to it, and then the ink sticks to the cardboard. I'm going to throw it away. Okay. And I should have known that this would be the way I start my evening. I have to be careful because I don't want to get it on here without it being part of the design. Alright, so I'm going to take a little bit of green. I don't need a whole lot. Just a little bit. That's probably too much. Put it inside this little container. And then I'll take some white and mix it in with the green. It's not quite light enough. I want it lighter than that, that's for sure. So I'm just going to keep scooping white into it until it gets to be the color I want. Okay, maybe that'll do it. I'm going to have to figure out a way to save the rest of this. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to use it all. But it's getting there. It's getting close to a pastel kind of a green. So there are a lot of ink colors available, but you can also mix them any way you want to make whatever kind of colors you want. This should be the last bit. I don't have a big design here, so I don't want to use too much ink to get things started. But I think this is good. I think I got a nice pastel kind of green going here. The yellow is a little on the bright side, so I don't want this to be too pastel. I think it'll go good with the four colors. What I'm going to do tonight is a technique that we call hot mess, and it's a way to apply more than two or more colors. An easy way to apply 2 or more colors and make kind of a, it kind of comes out with a tie-dye effect. Okay, I think it's ready. All right, so now I'll take my stencil. It's already written on the back because I've already used it, and as you can see, it's got stains and everything else, so it's definitely used. And I'm going to go ahead and fuzz it a little bit anyway, because I don't want to be too stuck to the fabric when I'm ready to take it off. It's a very thin piece of fabric. And just folded the corner. This I'm using is my tacky towel. The gray side we use for fuzzing, the green side is used for drying. You don't have to have a fuzzy towel or tacky towel. This can be done just by placing it on your shirt. It'll accomplish the same thing. You just do a little bit until it comes up easily, just like that. All right. Now I want to place this. I really want to center it as much as possible. So I've got it down the fabric. All I did to prepare the fabric was I ironed it to get the crease out of the middle of it. Because this is going, you know, for something important, like the fabric, like a quilt, I want to make sure that I've got this good and centered. Okay, it's about as centered as I'm going to get it. First attempt. I'm amazed. So now I'm just making sure, working from the center out, I'm making sure there are no air bubbles. That's all set. All right. So now we're ready to start the hot mess technique. I'm using 4 colors. This is bright. I'm not going to use as much of this. There we go. Get rid of this thing. So this is pineapple yellow. This is ballet slipper pink. And this is vivid cerulean ink. Oh, and I haven't even opened this one yet. I should have. Oh! All right, let me move this out of the way. Goodness gracious. I love doing this stuff. Even with all this that happens, I just love it. All right. Set that there. I may have to start campaigning for different way to package this. It is kind of difficult to open when you first get it without making messes. especially when you drop it into the ink. So the foil is in the ink. I guess it's not. That's me trying to pull the ink out of the ink. Let me go wash my hands real quick. I'll be right back. For those of you who don't know yet, my craft space is in my dining room. I am currently standing at my dining room table, and I've got it covered with these 2 placemats from Dollar Tree and some tablecloth just to protect it from what you just saw. Alright, I probably should have done this before I went live. It saved some time. I didn't want to keep you on too long tonight to do a simple project. Alright. So, got all the 4 colors. And got this. Now, I don't want this to go through on my mat. And as thin as this is, it's entirely possible that it will. I'm going to use this. This is an inking mat that you can use. We have this size and a bigger size for when you want to ink something or chalk it and you don't want it to move around on you. This has got a sticky surface, and so I stuck the fabric to it so that it won't move around while I'm trying to ink it. And I have these 4 colors I'm going to use by just taking a little bit of each color and dabbing it in different places. Just can be random spots. Doesn't have to be a whole lot. Okay, so there's some blue. I don't want to put white. You don't want to do white on white. And that's cerulean. Vivid cerulean. I have to remember the names of the colors. Put a little bit of yellow, pineapple yellow in different areas. You can get it off to, it's it's sticking to the stir stick and not coming off. Okay, so that's good. There are 4 colors, so I don't need it in a whole lot of places. Then ballet slipper pink. Different areas. I'm just dabbing it on. And then a little bit of our green mixture. This is kind of Eastery. I might have to figure out how to find a container to keep this green in so I can use it for other things, for spring and Easter decor. I like the green. I love how it turned out. Okay. So now I'm going to take my squeegee, and I don't want to mix it too much because then it'll just turn a nasty color. But what I'm going to do is just carefully start swirling my squeegee around like this to mix the colors and spread them. So I'm just going to make sure I cover all of the white area and don't go over the edge of the stencil. If you get the ink where you don't want it, it will be difficult to get it out. So I'm just trying to make sure I cover all of the screened area without stirring the colors, for back a better turn. And I think I just got a little bit on the fabric. Nope, I didn't. I did okay. So this we will not be able to squeegee off and put back in the jar. So that'll just go to trash. And then I peel this off. Well, I do want to take the excess. I'll use a paper towel. So I'm going to take the excess off just by scraping it like that. See, this is what happens if you mix it too much. It's not really going to be as pretty. Okay. So you can see how it looks like there. Now let's peel it off and see how it looks on the fabric. Very pretty. I like it. Love the pastel colors. We got a little bit of ink right there that needs to come off. So I'm going to put this in the water. And I have this tie pin. Whoopsie. I'm just going to wash it off. Now I'm going to take this off of the sticky part, set it right here. Now, the next step for this would be to heat set it. Tonight I'm going to use my heat press. If you don't have one of these, you can just use an iron. And what you would do is you would place some parchment paper over your design, just like this. You don't use wax paper. It needs to be parchment paper. Place it on your design. Put your iron that's set at a cotton setting, or your heat press that's warmed up to 305 degrees. Place it on top. You iron for 4 minutes. Just kind of move it back and forth a little bit. Or you heat press it for 30 seconds. And we'll do the top first. And once that's done, we'll turn it over and do the back side. That will make it permanent. This piece of fabric will be machine washable and the design will not come off. I have done shirts like this. I have a shirt that I love to wear. I couldn't tell you how many times I've worn it and washed it and dried it and worn it and washed it and dried it, and it's a still nice and crisp and clear design. So now I'm turning it over. I'm going to cover both sides. And set it for 30 seconds. Or you would be ironing on this side with the parchment paper over it for 4 minutes. Four more seconds. And now it's done. And there it is. And it's ready to go. All right. That is a tutorial on how to ink fabric. Thank you for joining me tonight, or for watching if you're watching in a replay. And if you have any questions, just put it in the comments and I will get back to you. All right. Good night.